Okay. So yesterday we seen how to create a local class. Okay. And how we can define the class and implement the class, and how we can call within the program that class, and what is static, what is instance, and what is static attribute or what is instant attributes. Okay, so those are all we seen. So today we are going to check it like how to create a global class. Okay, so these are all yesterday we see. Okay, so how to create method. This is the attributes. Okay, so instant static attribute, and this is the instant attribute, and this is the static method, and this is instance method. Okay, and how to implement that class which is defined at top. So this is the we are defined. Defined is just like a skeleton. What are the things we require? Just a frame part we are going to do it in definition. Okay, and when it is implement exactly what we are needed. Okay, extract the data purpose or doing some calculation purpose. Okay, so that part we are going to do it in implementation. Okay, so this is the like instance method. Okay, and this is the static method. Here we can't able to find what is the difference, like which is static and which is instance. Okay, but here we can easily identify by using the class icon method. Okay, so same way while it is now we are calling that class. Okay, so in program level, so how we are calling, first we are declared that local object. Okay, then we create the object, then we call that method. So generally for instance methods only we require to create any objects. Okay, so I just created, and then for static methods instance is not required, so I'm not use this one. This is we call like a instance. Okay, object. Okay, so that object is not required, and here directly we can class the static methods. Okay, the static method or attribute, whatever it is, we can. And then just return the like right statement to print it out for purpose. Okay, so if you notice this one, this is the static attribute. Okay, this is the static method, and this is the static attribute. Okay, how we are saying, like whenever you are using like internal table instead of internal table, you are using like this. Okay, again if you see this symbol, then it looks it's a static one. Okay, so where we declare this one, so this is the one which we declared. Okay, so this is the class name, and this is the attribute name. So this attribute I just given the class hyphen data. So whenever we see equal to symbol, okay, so then we can say that is the static one, static attribute. Okay, so today we'll see how to create the global class. Okay, so we need to go to SC24 is the transaction code where we can create the global class sender. First, we have a multiple like oops, right? So we have a multiple things like first we see the interface, how to create the interface. Okay, then how we can call utilize that interface in classes. Okay, again in classes of the static and instance, both we will check it out here. Okay, so what are the things we see in the local program like the local class, and the same thing we can do it in uh, global classes. Then what is the difference between local and global? Global classes you can call anywhere, you can utilize anywhere like a function model. Okay, but local classes, local program, same program, within the same program we can utilize it, but outside programs, other programs we can't able to call. Okay, but suppose I want to call this method in some other program, I can't able to call. Okay, so even if you create the object also, it won't be like it is not globally created, it is locally created. Locally means within the same program we can able to do it. We can call any other places these methods and all. Okay, these two methods you can call below some wherever you, within the same program wherever you require. Okay, any that places you can call it. But okay, but global class you can call any program. If I created And if you are using same server and you are trying to create another and try to call this class, definitely it is going to allow. Okay, so that is the difference between global class and local class. Okay, let me create one interface. Okay, I just take it as a sales. Okay, so INF. So whatever you can give, there is no specific. Okay, so but what I'm going to do, easy to identify. Okay, so interface. So I just give the INF. Okay, and give this some description. Okay, then click on create. Okay, if you notice it here, we have a class, we have an interface. So what I'm doing, so I just give the select the interface over here and just click on continue and enter the description interface. Interface is nothing but like a skeleton. Okay, so just a framework you are going to do. You can't able to implement like how your defined class defined. So what you are doing in definitions, just you are able to declare the variables and declare the methods, but you can't able to implement. Again, you have to implement it. So so in class level, we are going to implement it, okay? But interface level, we can't able to implement, okay? So let's go to from the beginning, first step. So here it is very general information like a package created on changed on dates and all. Okay, come to the interface. We have an interface tab. Okay, so if it is existed some interface, standard interface, if you want to use it, then you can use it here, standard interface part. Okay, and now I'm using creating an interface, right? So we'll have a class level, we have a this tab. So there we are going to use it. Then how it is going to reflect, okay? So we'll see that part. And attributes, like in program level, we are doing some declarations, right? So how we are declaring data and giving the structure name and type. Okay. Similar way in attributes tab. Okay. In attributes tab, especially for data declaration purpose only. Okay. So you want to declare something like you want to create some structure for suppose item data you want to create some structures. Okay. Those things it is possible like or else let me create just I will make it global. Gym is nothing but globally. Whatever you can give it. There is not a specific. Just I'm giving like a global internal table like VBAK. Okay, so I'm just giving the here we what is the levels we have. Okay, so one is instance attribute, instance static attribute, and constant. If you are using any constants like you are passing some company code plans to show location something or so in such a cases you can use the constant. Okay, if you want to use like other than constants, we have a instance and static. How we are defined in our program, one is the instance attribute, another one is static attribute. I just mentioned like here like a variable, so instead of variable we can say like attribute. Okay, so instance attribute and instance static attributes. Okay, so similarly we can declare it here. Okay, I'm going to use one is instance. Okay, and yeah, and here what type of association, just which table you want to do VBAK, right? So I would like to create a one structure, so it's not a table, it's a structure. I just use the GS. Okay, then I'm just give the uh, table name right here. Then it behaves like a structure. Okay, so you want to declare something like a company code. Okay, BUKRS, yeah, out of window, G global variable UKRS. Okay, so I'm just taking a constant. This one is a okay. So data element is like BUKRS. Okay, so here we need to give the constant value. So I just give it the 1000. So wherever I require, for suppose any constant things, I can declare it here. I can utilize in my classes and all. Okay, so how we can declare constants? This is the way we have to declare it. Okay, and like that, instance also we can static also attribute also we can declare it. Okay, so and next I'm just going for next tab. Here we have a methods. Okay, even we locally when we create a methods, okay, we have a one star instance method, another one is static method, right? So similar way, this type of framework we have to do it at here. This okay. So what is my method name? Get underscore VBA for suppose. Okay, so this is my method name. Okay, so I'm just give it at here and what type of method it is, instance method or static method. So I'm just using the instance method. And this is the description. We can give sales header, okay, header information something. Okay, so for this method, generally what we pass it import parameter and export parameter. Okay, so same like we can pass it. Okay, here we have a parameter tab. So just select the tab. Okay, here we can give the IN underscore VBELF. Okay, and type is import. So if you see, notice that here we have a import, export, okay, change and return. Okay, so these are all the parameters we have um, to transfer the data, either importing or exporting or changing. So yesterday we use three parameters. One is import, another one is export, and another one is changing. Okay, return parameter generally any error message or successful messages, those things we are going to utilize for return parameter. This we are not use it. Okay, generally we can use such a purpose. Okay, here also I'm just going to use import parameter. Okay, and here my what is the data element for the sales order? VBELN underscore EA. Okay, this is the sales data sales order data element. Okay, so next parameter what I needed. Here I'm just using the exchange exporting. Okay, so EX I'm just taking. Okay, so what I am exporting, so VBAK. Okay, so here we need to choose exporting. And what is the data type? That is here. This is the VBAK is the data type. Okay, so if I want to implement the logic, so I can't able to implement the logic at here. Okay, if I double click on this method, it is not another editor is not give you to write the code at all. Okay, so like this we have to create the like methods. Okay, so another method I would like to VB AP. Okay, so here I'm just choosing the static method. Okay, so say item data. Okay, so for this one also we need a like importing and exporting, right, parameters. Okay, I'm just giving em equal to import. Okay, I'm just passing the sales order number. Okay, just for VA and I'm importing, exporting, like I'm just taking a change. Okay, because changing allows multiple records. Exporting allows only single record. That is the reason I'm taking change. Okay, so generally here we can give the table name. So VBAP underscore T is our structured table type. Okay, but at here we use it another one. Okay, so I just use this one. Okay, same tabletop. Then my query also same. Okay, like this. Okay, or else if you want to declare some local structure, okay, in such a cases, what we can do, we can okay, I'm just jumping to the next tab. Okay, so okay, so time being I just keep it this one. I create one types declaration, then I will create a table types locally, and that table type I'm going to provide it here. Okay, so this is the how to define the methods and the static method and instance method. Okay, this is the way we have to do it. Okay, there is the events, so that is another topic. If you go little bit the depth in the OOPS concept, then we can able to discuss this part. But we have a very 2 to 3 sessions, so we can't able to cover events part. Okay, so I'm just jumping to the types next. Okay, so here I'm just give the GTY underscore VBAP. Okay, so here we need to give the types. So I'm just click on this button. Okay, yes, save it, and then declare what are the fields we require. So what we are designing global part, okay, this is the interface, okay. Within this interface, we declare the types, public session, okay, and this is the type name, okay, what we given just now, and this is the structure which we declare in attributes level, okay. This is the instance attribute, okay. So, and we declare a constant, right? So this is the constant one. And this is the method. If you notice it here, class hyphen method is there. That means static method. Okay. For this static method, we are passing sales order importing and using this table type. Okay. Similarly, we have a instance method. This is the instance method below one VBAK, and we are passing and getting this. Okay, VBAK data. Okay, like this we will get some editor it here. Okay, here we can give this structure type. Okay, so I'll just give the types. Begin this type. How we are done in our normal this one type declaration part. Okay, same way we can do it. End of GTY underscore VBAP. Okay, in between what are the fields you required, all those fields you can keep it at here. Okay, what I will do, simple way, I will go to this type. Okay, this structure. So I just take it these structures. Okay, this is just use these fields. Okay, and I will take this. Then my job becomes a little bit easy. Okay, so almost done. One more left. Okay, so type declaration done. Now I need like these types. I want I would like to declare table type. Okay, so how we will do? Generally, in our program, how we will do? Same way we can do it at here. LT underscore, or else I make it GT. Okay, VBAP type table of GTY underscore VBAP. Generally, how you are defined, same way we can do it at here. Okay, I just make it data. Okay, I will come back. Okay, I will save it and activate. Okay, whenever we are done in such a way, how it is, let me go back. Okay, yes. Okay, I use it to like let me program that one. Okay, I'm not required that. Let me go back. Okay, so let's activate one more time. So interface. Okay, now it is activated. So wherever it is reflected. Okay, so if you notice it here, hyphen, like some green bar came, right? So in such a cases, it is declared some types declaration happened at top. Okay, so that is not globally. If it is globally, then you can give it association type at here. Okay, directly can give it at here. But we declare only for this class purpose. In such cases, we can declare in such a way as well. Okay, let's go to attributes level. Generally, I'm not created this one. This one. Okay, GT underscore VBAP. I'm not created. But what happens at here? Automatically generated. How it generated? Whenever we declare it here, data. Okay, like this. Whenever we declare, automatically it is populated. Okay, what I will do, so whenever you notice it is like an instance attribute. Okay, Let me go to attributes. So what it is? Instance attribute. Okay. We want to make it static. Already we seen one example with the instance, right? So I will just make it this one as a static. Okay. How we can do? Let's go to here. We can add class hyphen data. Then automatically it behaves like a static attribute. Okay. So let's go back. Okay. So go to attributes. Now automatically change it to static. Okay. Then so this one I'm going to utilize in our VBAP method. Okay. So here I'm going to try to use it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. So it is allowing. Save. Activated. Okay. Super guys, it is allowing what we created. So one way is we can create a table type like how yesterday we created, right? Table type, the structure and table type. This table type we can use it at here. So that is global table type. Okay, but you don't want to use globally because that structure only one time purpose using. In such a cases, we are not required to create like that. Directly you can create it interface level as well like this. Okay, is there any doubt, confuse? Okay, so like this also we can do it. Okay, so now I change it to this one. Okay, any doubts? No. So we are done the interface part. Okay, I just activated all interface part. So then how we are going to use this interface, where we can use it? Okay, so now I'm just going to create a class. Okay, class, click on create. Okay, so I'm just selecting the class, click on, okay, so give the class name like since I just give it. Okay, here we have a four types of classes. Okay, one is protect. Okay, public means we can call this class anywhere. Okay, any other programs wherever we require we can able to call it. Okay, and protect we can't able to call in different places. Okay, if it in same class. Okay, so public class we can call the protect one. Okay, and private we can't able to call any other places. Okay, so if we go a little bit in depth, then we can come to know like abstract class, all these things. Okay, in our sessions I'm going to cover only public class. Okay, then we can usual class. So exception class is the error message purpose. Okay, so if we want like error message populating the URL, then you can select the exception class. Okay, so like this, we have a precedent class. If we go in that subject, then we can gain the knowledge on these areas. Okay, and just click on save. When it is final, that means a super class. Okay, so okay, so now I'm just going to use that interface. Okay, so in property tabs, okay, if you see this is the super class. Okay, if it is not a super class, this finally can take it out. Okay, then automatically becomes like a normal class. Okay, that means subclass. Those are all we call like a subclasses. Okay, okay, then yeah, fine. So instance, if your messages is there, then we can give that message class at here. Okay, then we can utilize those messages in our program. And next one is the interface tab. So what we created, that interface we can give it at here. It is on one underscore inf underscore save we given, right? I just entered that one. Okay, does not exist. Maybe yes, I missed it. Okay, yeah, now it is automatically populating it here. So let me delete. I would like to first check it. Attributes, it is everything blank, and method, everything blank, types, everything blank. So if you go any tab, everything is, nothing is there. Okay, now I'm just give this interface. Okay, press enter and go to attributes. automatically what we created attributes. Okay, those things are automatically reflected here. Okay, if you go to methods, automatically those things is going to apply it here. If you go to types, automatically those things what we created types, so those things are reflected at here. Okay, so that is the interface. Like you can use this interface any other classes. Okay, wherever you require. How many classes, other places you require? Anywhere, like in how many? There is no limitation. We can utilize this interface anywhere, multiple times you can utilize it. Okay, so if you have a same structures, like there is a multiple requirements like report purpose and forms purpose, printout purpose, okay, and function model or some other places, okay, some enhancement purpose, okay, bad is so wherever you require, just you can use this class which is utilize the interface. Okay, then automatically those features we can utilize it other places as well. Okay, so that is the advantages of interface. Okay, so now what is difference between class and interface? Interface level we can't able to implement the class, like we can't able to fetching logic or calculation, we can't able to do it. We can create only skeleton part. Okay, then what is the class? So we can implement the classes. So now I want to fetch the VBAK sales center data. Okay, I'm just double clicking on this method. Okay, then click on save. Then I get the editor to write some logic. Okay, then I don't know, I forgot what are the input parameters or export parameters. Then we have a signature tab at here. Okay, just click on this signature tab. Then what are the parameters we define in interface level for this method? Those parameters automatically populated here. Okay, so what I will do, simply I just write some select query. Okay, select star from select single, I just give it. Okay, from where VBAK into where you want to place it, x underscore ex underscore VBAK. Okay, on what basis? VBLN equal to IM underscore VBLN. Okay, so these two where we got it, IM underscore VBLN and then ex underscore VBAK. This is my import parameter and this is my export parameter, right? So this is the symbols we have for importing. Is symbol is like this, exporting symbol is this one. Okay, and yeah, so if you have any queries, please let me know. So we implemented the class for VBAK method, get VBAK method. Okay, similarly we can do for item data purpose. Double click on this. Okay, here also we can write the select query. Select what are the fields we chosen. Let me copy from the structure. These are the fields we use it, right? So I'm just copy from there. So, okay, from which table? VBAK, VBAP into where you want to keep it, into table CH underscore VBAP. So which is exporting, changing parameter. Okay, changing. So on what basis you want to fetch this one? Where VBLN and equal to IM underscore VBLN. Okay, so guys, we are done. We implemented the class now. Okay, so now we activated both things, and now I would like to check it either how it is works and okay, I'm executing this. This is the executing button. Okay, I'm executed. Okay, if you see, this is the attributes. This is the method. Okay, double click on methods. What happens? I think let's go back and activate one more time. Oops, yeah, got it. No, we can't able to give. Yeah, here we can give it. Okay, so this is the attributes level. Okay, so these are the means if you want to enter something, you can enter it here. Okay, but I'm not utilize these things. Okay, because I'm already parameters, method level parameters I have there. I declare it. Okay, so I'm not using. So now I would like to test this one VAK. Okay, and execute, give the sales order number. Let me go to one more time. Let's see 16 VBAQ, VBAP. I just take one sales order. Okay, okay. 4972. Just enter. Okay, let's execute it. Okay, so you got the data. This is the header data. Okay, similarly we can test for item data. Another right, we have go back. This is the get underscore VBA. Okay, and now this is the VBAP. Okay, execute this one. Enter. Sorry, 4972 is my sales order. Okay, and execute it. Then you got the four records. Okay, item data, you got the four records. Okay, super guys, we are done the class implemented. Now we can call this class into our custom program. Okay, let's complete this session is completed. Okay, let's join again. We will call this class in our custom program. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and ending the session, please join again.